Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series videos I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat the stuff, I drink the stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie, it's been a little bit since I've had a sub from this particular location, and I'm hoping it's good. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's a super simple format. I'm going to go over there, I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering around about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck, and whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, folks? What happens to be my my dope shirt. Yay! One of a few that I have, actually. Because I'm a big fan of the band Dope. And if you are unfamiliar with the band Dope, they've been around since the mid-90s, started out in New York City, eventually made their way, I'm very proud to say, for quite a while. They actually made their home base in Illinois, my home state. They have subsequently, moved on. But, yeah, I really enjoy Dope as a band. I would genuinely put them as being one of my favorites. I got into their stuff like really early high school, and I just kept going with them. They just kept putting out great albums, and I love the acts that they're associated with. These days, they almost exclusively tour with the band Static X. Of course, that's because the lead singer Edsel Dope now does kind of dual lead singer duties between Dope and Static X, and I love them so much so I've seen them perform a whole bunch of times, and I've actually taken videos of said performances. Those videos are on this channel as well, just in case maybe you want to check out what they're about. If nothing else, I'd be happy to go over there and point you in the right direction when it comes to their stuff, because I just think they're a really great band. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Why has it been a little while since I've, been to this location? Well, folks, I decided that I was going to go over there and get myself a sub sandwich. Ooh. And I figured I'd go out to Potbelly. Yay, Potbelly sandwiches. Potbelly Sandwich Works, and I reviewed a whole bunch of their subs. It just was one of those things. It just kind of took me a little bit to get back around to it. Now, with this being a sub sandwich review, I do have to preface with three things here real quick. Number one, for over 2 years now, I've been going on sub sandwich adventures, and what that means is I've been going out to basically every type of place that sells sub sandwiches, be they chain locations, delis, Walmart, what have you. I've been going over there, trying out their subs, reviewing them, and then posting those to my YouTube channel. That's where number two comes into play, because I'm such a nice guy. I don't just post them to my YouTube channel. I actually have an entire playlist called Subs for Subs, which is just my sub sandwich reviews. So if you enjoy my sub sandwich reviews, first of all, thank you very much. Secondly, all you have to do is go to that particular playlist. At the time I'm doing this, I have over 100 sub sandwich reviews on there. So you got plenty of options. That's also where number three comes into play, though, because maybe even that's not enough sub sandwich goodness for you. Maybe you need more sub sandwich reviews. Real easy, folks. All you got to do is wait until Sunday. Why? Because Sunday is SUBday. That is the day when I go over there and upload my sub sandwich reviews. Ever since I have started this series, I have managed to get at least one every single Sunday. So if you like the reviews, just wait until Sunday. You're going to get at least one more. But anyway, what did I get from Potbelly? What are we doing? Oh, by the way, because Potbelly is an Illinois-based business, it's also going to end up on my Eating Out Illinois playlist, which is a playlist for just like Illinois spots. But this, folks, happens to be their boom again. This is their chicken cordon bleu sandwich, which is part of their underground menu. So in order to get this, you have to go through their app. It is not available just through the normal menu. I mean, they might be willing to do it for you. I don't know. But it consists of all-natural grilled chicken, hickory smoked ham, Swiss cheese, deli mustard, lettuce, tomato, and I got it on white bread, because I just figured I'd just go basic on it. So anyway, let's take a look at it. And hopefully it'll be marvelous. Ooh, okay. I do love an actual chicken cordon bleu. Like, I'm a very big fan of that. So, okay. Alright, and then we'll kind of do a little bit of a thing. Let's do a thing for the thing. It looks like... maybe? Yeah, maybe it'll actually kind of... Yeah, okay. Ha 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 ha. It looks like that. Let's go ahead and eat ourselves a sandwich. Deli mustard was a nice choice. It's nice. It's got that nice tanginess, that nice depth. Swiss is good, you know. I think that's what's classically on a chicken cordon bleu. I like chicken cordon bleu. Doesn't mean I eat it a lot. Veg is all good. Tomato's really good. You know, it's all firm and everything like that. It doesn't taste mushy or anything. Okay. Okay. I mean, I like it. It's a decent sub. I wouldn't say I'm getting like a particularly strong chicken or chicken cordon bleu kind of vibe from it. I think part of the problem is the veg. I mean, and I'm not trying to hate on veg in a sub. I like veg in a sub. But there are times, especially when you're trying to go over there and emulate another type of thing, probably best to just kind of leave the veg off. And I kind of feel like that's the case with this, because it's so jarring. You know, just as a normal sub, just by itself, it's perfectly fine. But when you're trying to recreate that chicken cordon bleu experience, it's a jarring kind of, you know, it takes you out of it. You know, just as I'm starting to kind of get something, it's like, boom, tomato. And it's like, I like tomato, but I don't typically get tomato with my chicken cordon bleu. Now, granted, I could have gotten that off. You know, I didn't have to have that as part of the sandwich, but I'm going for, you know, the authentic experience. Ham is good. They got good ham. Chicken is decent. Not as flavorful as I'd maybe like. Again, I think some of that is just being paired with like the tomato and the lettuce. But even then, you know, you'd like the chicken to have a little extra oomph to it. It does, like, it almost works. It almost works. Because fundamentally, chicken cordon bleu, you want that cheese, you want that ham, you want that that chicken. You know, that's really what you're trying to do to recreate this. And you do get instances of that, you know, where it kind of comes together and you're like, okay, I can kind of see it. But again, I think the veg kind of throws it off a little bit, and then, I don't know, it just, yeah, okay. Well, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Maybe and sorta. I have to admit, this one's a little bit disappointing for me. Like, again, I like Potbelly. They're not always, I wish I could say that they're just a hit. You know, just every time I try their stuff, they're really good. I have had a few misses, if I'm being honest. But the counterpoint is I've had some really big hits from there. You know, I've had some really, really good sub sandwiches from them. With this one, it's kind of middle of the road. I like the idea, but I do feel like the execution, you know, again, I don't know that it really needed the veg. It does kind of lighten it up a little bit, I guess, but like, I don't feel like this is the kind of sub you want to be a light sub. You want it to be a little bit decadent. You know, you're recreating a somewhat decadent dish. But then again, even beyond that, I don't know, you know, it didn't grab me. You know, again, some of their subs I've been in love with. I, you know, think they're amazing. And especially with their underground menu, typically they're putting their best foot forward. I think this is like probably their first underground menu sub that I've been a little bit here or there on. But I could potentially see myself getting it again. This is one of those ones where, like, I'd be willing to try it again in the hopes that the next time around, maybe it'll come together a little bit better. And it might be something I'm a little bit more enthralled with. But I think even in its best incarnation, I don't know that it would be like a real proper standout sub the way that I'd like from Potbelly. But if I'm recommending it, again, sorta. It's one of those things, especially with limited time items, I tend to be inclined to be a little bit more forgiving because at the end of the day, you know, it's only going to be around for so long. But when it comes to this, I don't think you need to jump out and grab it. I think even if you're a big Potbelly fan, I'm not going to say I'm not going to say you should skip this one, experience it for yourself. But I do think it's one of those things, if you're a little bit here or there on it, you can just let this one go. It's not a bad sub by any means. Like, it's tasty enough for what it is, but I don't feel like it does the best job of recreating the dish it's trying to emulate. And just as an overall, it's a kind of, again, a little bit of a middle of the road sub. So, but anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of month, stupendous rest of your folks. Go over there, have yourselves a truly proper chicken cordon bleu tastic rest of your life. Because again, chicken cordon bleu is really good. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do can't do all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholeness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, hey, what's your personal opinion on Potbelly if you've ever experienced it? Like I said, they're more of like an Illinois thing. I think they might have like some out-of-state locations, though. Don't quote me on that. But if you've ever gone over there, is it a place you're big into? I know my buddy Mark, sometimes he watches my videos, and he's a sandwich fan like myself. He and I have talked about Potbelly. I like Potbelly. I wish they were a little bit more, I wish they were just a little bit more upper tier for me, because I like what they do. And I think that they have the potential, to be in that like upper stratosphere of like chain sublocations. They're just not quite there, They just a few things that I just feel like, you just did a little bit better. But, and even outside of Potbelly, what are your opinions on, certain sub sandwich places that are by you, So, anyway.